back with another chapter of Expect the Unexpected by Arctic Vulpix. We are on chapter 40, and I believe in the last chapter was a very, very short chapter. But it was basically them finally finding Balloon Boy. Because Ruby had been teaching Mangled Sign Language, and they seem to be getting along, which is great. So, we're now on chapter 40. Hopefully it'll be a little longer than the last chapter. But yeah, if you want to follow along to the chapter, link is in the description below as always. Now let's get started. Chapter 40. What now? Ruby stared at the ceiling, bored out of her mind. Who knew that she'd actually miss those hunts? Edie had essentially grounded the toys after some interesting threats that Toy Bunny had made towards her after the reveal of BB's location. She couldn't remember most of what he had said since she'd been laughing too hard, though. She sighed as she rolled over on the table she was lying on. It's so boring, she cried eventually, sitting up with a huff. Her gang was also off having a strategy meeting regarding what they were going to do now that the toys were officially working in the same building as them without the ability to kill the night guards. That turned out to be even more boring since Ruby's solution always involved Betty, so she wandered off hoping to run into an annoyed toy she could provoke. No such luck. Sighing again, Ruby stood up and started wandering around again. She idly flicked through the cameras, only half paying attention, when she saw something that made her freeze. You've got to be kidding me, she muttered, staring in disbelief. She changed the camera before flicking back, but lo and behold, it still showed the same image. A group of teenagers climbing in through a window that some employee must have left open. Ruby facepalmed. I can't believe it, she muttered, rubbing her forehead. Some bunch of kids, younger than me, are stupid enough to break into the king of urban legends at night. She looked at the screen for a moment longer before a smile stole across her face. Oh. And how about I help this place keep its reputation? She murmured thoughtfully. Giggling to herself a little disturbingly, Ruby started skipping down the hall, humming to herself. She found out what she was going to be doing all night. Toby was sulking, but that wasn't new. Edie ignored him as she continued pulling whatever the heck this gunk was out of BB's joints. Batteries! The bot yelled. Everyone wondered again why they'd asked Mangled where it'd been hidden. But just let me go mess with her, Toby tried again, and he ignored him again. No, Toby, Toy Freddy said calmly. He just got enough to deal with without having to put you back together again, too. The rabbit glared at him. She made fools of us, he yelled. You didn't need help, Toy Chica remarked, which prompted the rabbit to start chasing her. Toy Freddy sighed and looked over at Edie. I'm dealing with Battery Boy here. They're your problem, Teddy, he shrugged. Mangle just watched them all while practicing her signs. She had a little more mobility in her hands after another repair session with Edie. Ruby watched them from the vent. It was pretty clear what was going on. Idiot number 1 had dared the rest to the spooky adventure. His bratty, catty girlfriend was egging them on. It, too, had taken that dare, which is why he and his sister were currently there, although his sister was far from happy about it. Idiot number 3 was just there to prove that there was nothing to be afraid of and talking about how the supernatural was all fake. Ruby stifled a laugh. This was going to be fun. First, idiot number 2 stumbled across a glitter mine, which is to say that he set it off spectacularly, making the other scream. Idiot number 1 had a rather shrill scream, actually. He tried to laugh it off afterwards, but they were all a bit jumpy as they moved further. It seemed their goal was to take photos with the animatronics. Ruby sickered. They weren't getting near the bots. Hey, are those cameras watching us? The sister asked nervously. Nah, idiot number 1 with his false bravado. This place doesn't have a night guard because they always get killed, remember? He laughed at her expression while idiot number 3 rolled his eyes. At that moment, Ruby activated the camera in the room. The light blinked on and followed them as they moved. It froze when they froze. Must be motion activated. Idiot number 3 said after a moment, and the rest were quick to agree. Place is really tacky, don't you think? The girlfriend commented as they walked. Ruby bristled at that. This place was a second home to her. Glaring, she aimed with extreme prejudice and nailed the girlfriend between the shoulder blades with a lovely puke green paintball. The girl shrieked, making the others jump as Ruby moved away in the vents. It was only getting started after all. Hey, did you hear that? Foxy asked, cocking an ear forward. Davis nodded, looking confused. Huh. Toy Bonnie's screams seem extra girly tonight. Bonnie shrugged. The others accepted this answer and went back to discussing their problems. Wonder what that was, Teddy frowned. Probably that antique rabbit getting stuck in the closet with her bombs by accident. Toby scoffed. The others shrugged and went back to whatever they'd been doing. Ruby had successfully turned the group of teenagers into a group of crying idiots after another hour. She finally gave herself away when she couldn't stop laughing in the nearby vent, though when they triggered a bucket of vent, though all that way. When she couldn't stop laughing in the vent, though, when they triggered a bucket of red paint to land on their heads. Seized with the legend of the place, they jumped to the conclusion that it was blood. They looked around frantically at the laughing until Ruby dropped out of the vent with a wide grin and waved her paintball gun at them. All right, I'll admit, you guys certainly were fun to mess with, she snickered. They stared at her in disbelief. You? It was you? One of them stammered. Yep, Ruby grinned. Got the place wide with traps, and my trusty paintball gun to mess with all intruders. She waved the weapon again. That's when they started screaming at her. Why would you do something like that? You scared the living daylights out of us. Ruby raised an eyebrow. Kind of the point? Just doing my job. Your job? Idiot number 1 spluttered. Yep, night guard at your service, she grinned. They stared at her, stunned. What, don't you think that a teenager can handle the possessed killer robots? She asked innocently. Yeah, right, Idiot number 3 stirred. That's just an urban legend. You're the most dangerous thing here in that job. Ruby grinned wider. While that may be true, I assure you that those legends are very true. But I can't have idiots like you wander around here where you get killed. So it looks like you need one final lesson. She pulled the tablet out as they started talking about suing her and how she was in so much trouble. She flicked between 2 cameras while smiling sadistically. Just remember that my buddies actually like me, so they won't like you messing with me much. She snickered. Buddies? One of them asked just as a girlish giggle filled the air. Goldie materialized in front of them, and their screams echoed through the building. Ruby watched in satisfaction as they ran off, while Goldie watched in utter confusion. Thanks, Goldie, Ruby chirped happily, hearing the window slam shut. I'm actually not going to ask. The golden bear slowly shook her head. I was bored, Ruby shrugged. Come on then, the meeting thing is over, she sighed. Ruby cheered as she skipped back towards the dining hall. Toys hadn't heard anything since there was a screaming match going on between Toby and Toy Chica. And that's the end of chapter 40. It was just a what's a side chapter? I forget what those chapters are called where it's not plot. A filler chapter, that's it. It's just a fun little filler chapter with her messing with humans this time, which is good. That was actually pretty funny, actually. And the fact that 2 groups thought it was like one of the other rabbit, like the originals thought it was Toy Bonnie screaming, and Toy Bonnie thought it was Bonnie. It was just so great. And he is just not caring at all. She's just trying to sort out Balloon Boy this whole time, so she's just not bothered. I just love it. This is what makes me love the story so much. The pranks and like how ridiculous they are. I love these moments. It's just so great. So, but yeah, and I hope you guys like this too. And if you do, go tell the author. Go. We're at the end now. Yeah, we're at the end. It was I guess it was actually a little shorter, but it was longer than last last chapter, so that's good. But we're at the end now. Go leave a review. Go, go, go. You don't need an account. It just means the author can't respond. So, yeah. But go leave a review. This story is so good. I just love it. Ruby's one of my favorite original characters of all time. Like, that's rare. Like, the only other person is Angel, and we're currently reading that with a new discovery, which you should also check out, because that's also good. But yeah, go leave a review, go, we're done. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video too, and be sure to subscribe. I upload videos Friday and Saturdays, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next chapter of A Treasure Discovery. Anyway,